Francis Tamsi, Joseph Gabayni, Gabanal, and Vince Magbohos. Pangasinan has Ian Melencio, Ralph Robin, Michael Mabula, Harvey Pagsanhan, and Jay Collado. Ball is up and we are underway in Rosales, Pangasinan. Quezon in white, Pangasinan in their familiar black jerseys. LJ Gonzalez goes to Gabanal. Three-pointer is good para kay Gabanal. Also started the game with the 3 last week. Coach Mike, it's quite interesting. The lineups being put out here, going for a lot of size. The Quezon Huskers, they did not have Joseph Gabayni in the lineup last week against Manila.
Yeah, exactly. And anticipating yung mga bigs rin itong Heat Waves, they gotta try and match up with them.
Mabulak, pretty fake basket plus the foul.
Michael Mabulak this season, clearly a different kind of guy for the Heat Waves.
That's the Komodo Dragon right there, opening proceedings for the Pangasinan Heat Waves. And immediately, JP Sarao has been inserted into the game. And number 4 in rebounding, ito si Michael Mabulak. Knocks down the bonus. We're tied at 3.
You also saw earlier in a graphic, number 4 din yan pagdating sa si Mike Mabula. So he really is, a big man that's working his way in the floor.
Ooh. A lot of grabbing from Pagsanhan. And he falls to the floor. Tinamaan ni Gabanal, but the foul came before that.
And they were really trying to set up itong si Gabanal for a post-up against a little bit of possessional advantage underneath, close to the rim against Harvey.
No, he was grabbing him. There he is. Nilak niya sa kanang kamay, and with Banal's hand, right hand flailing there. Tamaan siya sa mukha, but if you're Gabanal though, ano gagawa mo?
Right. Ano na lang but I'd like to think that he's cushioning his fall. I mean, he was airborne, didn't intend for anything.
So there is an unsportsmanlike foul on Gabanal. Harvey Pagsanhan will be whistled for a personal foul. And they were able to check it, and yan ang kanilang desisyon.
Oh,
a
yeah.
tough call,
Right.
Tough call really.
Yeah.
To me, that's a tough call.
Especially considering, how early it is right now. But you got to make that call.
It's quite unfortunate for the former MVP, Gabanal. Mintis ang free throw ni Pagsanan, and it's also Pangasinan ball.
This is one other guy that they activated for this game, Ian Melencio. He wasn't part of that Nueva Ecija game.
Pagsanhan drives. Wild shot, rebound ni Tamsi. Sarao is in for Magbohos. Tamsi will fire. Too strong. Pagsanhan grabs the board. Melencio to Jay Collado for 3. Short. Robin flying high, trying to go for that offensive rebound. It ends up with LJ Gonzalez. LJ switching hands in midair.
Frenetic move right there by LJ Gonzalez.
And look at Mabulak and Gabayni battling inside.
You just love the pace of this game.
Melencio. Jumper, good para kay Ian Melencio. Well defended by LJ, but pushed off a bit in the final. Everyday karaoke, and that's just a fantastic move galing kay LJ Gonzalez.
Lilipat sa kabila, no?
Madalas na yung ginagawa dito ng mga player sa MP. Robin will shoot. No good. Tapik. Sarao, topping Lagrama quickly to Tamsi. Tamsi runs into traffic. Gabayni is there. Couple of putbacks, no good. And topping will recycle the offense. Banal, no. Sarao able to put that one in.
And JP Sarao took care of business right there, trying to box out Mike Mabulak for that offensive rebound and a good putback.
Robin. Nabitawan ng bola. Ralph Robin, turnover.
Good defense by Tamsi. Talagang just staying right in front of Robin. He's really a shooter, and so if you make him put the ball on the floor, that's good enough. And you've made him very uncomfortable already.
Sarao. Pagsanhan and Banal, they've been at it since the opening tip. Gab, short. Looking for a teammate. Swings it over to Tamsi. That's a three. Short.
Two misses already.
Yeah. Lagrama gives it up to Banal. Sarao launches and hits.
2 out of 2 from the field so far. JP Sarao. And you like that if you're a Quezon Huskers fan, because he's scoring on a three, which is very comfortable, and he's worked himself inside for that point in the paint earlier.
Collado inside the paint, fouled by Sarao. Rebounding story, advantage Quezon here early on, 6-1. Three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Says JP Sarao, a much better three-point shooter compared to his early years in the MPBL.
And the mere fact that you have Mabulak and Collado on the floor at the same time as your couple of bigs, you understand a lot of action up top instead of down low. So pag pumasok na si Vic Manuel, how does that change the dynamics now on the bigs perspective? They really would love to have Vic down on the low block to challenge the bigs.
The change is that they put the ball in the hands of Vic Manuel.
Oh, yeah.
Yun lang yun.
Kasi magaling din dumiside, no? Magandang vision, eh.
10-7. Gabayni. Tamsi gets it back. Gabayni
Good roll.
inside. Gabayni trying to bank that one in. Sarao, couple of fakes. Another foul on Mabulak. That's number 2. On Mike Mabulak and Sarao being the difference here early on with his 5 points and his rebounding prowess. Sarao had 15 against Manila, 5 rebounds as well. 3 assists. JP Sarao at the line. All MPBL second team selection last year with Parañaque. And immediately signed by Quezon during the offseason to shore up the front line. 2 for 2 for JP. He's got 7 in the game to go with 3 rebounds off the bench.
Yeah, JP is actually the second leading scorer from points per game at 9.7 for Quezon Huskers. Number 1 would be Judel Fuentes with 11.4.
And still no Judel Fuentes in the game,
right.
Actually. Inside they go, Jay Collado.
That's more like it if you're Nueva Ecija. You understand how Jay Collado can cut inside and carve out space, much like how JP has been.
Simon Sandagon matched up against Jorey Napoles.
Yeah.
Another wonderful matchup here. Ball is loose, picked up by Ian Melencio. Sinasabayan ni Topeng Lagrama. Ian gets into the lane and Ian finishes with a reverse.
Ganda ng matchup ng mga players sa loob, ano? Topeng Lagrama, Ian Melencio, Jorey Napoles, Simon Sandagon. Wow.
Joshua Hierro and Judel Fuentes set to check in. Sarao, you're open. You take the 3, but he misses.
Yeah,
Good line though.
Yeah, favorite spot niya yun, eh. Jace down.
Collado down on the floor. Melencio, bigay kay Napoles. Jay Collado has stayed down.
Holding on to his right knee.
Foul given up. And that's his right knee there.
He didn't even have himself involved already on that set for the heat wave.
And look at the star power coming off the bench for both teams. Judel Fuentes, a good show of sportsmanship as well. And Coach Eric approaching Jay Collado, Coach Richie, Assistant Coach Richie Tixon also there.
And you love that to see for, you know, opposing coaches to look after the welfare of the players on the floor.
And I think this is the second time today na hindi tayo tumigil kahit possession ng team and there was a player down injured.
Right, agree.
So Collado, and you know, yun yung yung desisyon na kanina tinanong din ng mga teams eh. And they replace Collado with Vic Manuel. Vince Magboas is back on the floor. Joshua Hierro is in the game as well. Melencio pulls up, jumper, no. Fuentes with the rebound. Topeng uses the Sandagon pick. Lagrama, they get the switch here. Travel on Topeng Lagrama.
One can make the case that Simon Sandagon actually had an advantage right there on a low block against Harvey Pagsanan, but he never went there. Instead, you got that violation on Topeng.
Pagsanhan gets a breather. Mike De Gregorio and Mac Talio are in the game.
Scorer rin yan.
De Gregorio. Melencio. Esed Gabo will check into the game. Next dead ball. Natapik ni Sandagon. Whistle against Simon.
And
Quezon only the 14th foul for them.
Yeah, and also love yung matchup na between Jory and kay Simon. You know, very similar frame. Of course, you know,
both athletic.
Both very athletic as well.
Now, Jesse Gabo is in the game. So Gabo, Talio, De Gregorio, Manuel, Napoles, ang lima for Pangasinan. Gabo got the step, nabitawan ng bola. Last touch ni Gabo.
A good clear on that left side of the floor for Hesed to operate on. And he lost that rock.
Alvin Abundo comes in for Topeng Lagrama. Judel Fuentes. Out to Magbuhos now with Abundo. They blitz Abundo. Abundo sees a gap. Closed by Gabo. The tap from Manuel. Good defense by Pangasinan. And a steal by Abundo.
Just pesky.
Fuentes for three. No. Hierro mintis ang putback. Manuel secures the rebound. Quickly to Mac Talio. Waits for Manuel. Fakes the handoff. Atake si Vic Manuel. Malakas ang layup. Rebound ni Abundo. Balik kay Fuentes. Fuentes on the move. The beautiful spin move. Too strong. Sandagon keeps it alive. It's Gregorio. No, it's Abundo. To Magbuhos. Inside to Sandagon. Sandagon for two. Basket plus the foul.
Battle of the two more athletic bigs right there underneath between Simon Sandagon and Jory Napoles. Vince Magbuhos finding underneath itong si Simon, went right through Jory and get that N1.
Sandagon at the line for the bonus. Gets that one to drop. Don Kapunan there of the Quezon Huskers. Let's go to Sidney Crespo.
Coach Gerson Cabiltes says that although his players showed grit and refused to lose in their last game, there are still two major lessons to take away from that performance. First, they cannot be down by 20 points versus a top team. And second, they cannot rely solely on Vic Manuel to carry them, especially in high-pressure situations. He admitted there were some rushed decisions during the overtime period, early shots that weren't part of the game plan, and ended up costing them the win. This time around, patience is Coach Gerson's keyword. Importante raw yan, lalo na kalaban nila ngayon ay top team rin sa South. Against this team this good, he wants them to be confident and contribute. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sid. Patience is a key word, and the Quezon Huskers are a patient bunch. They're up 18-11. 2:42 remaining in the first period. Coach Gerson calls timeout. This is the three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Judel Fuentes, the sharpshooter of the Huskers, nailing the third three of the evening for the visitors. We'll be right back.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Nahati mo si Manny!
Quezon Huskers and Pangasinan Heatwaves, and Quezon, the best defensive team in the league, allowing just 62 points. Second best offensive team in the league, ang Pangasinan. They are, right at the bottom, near the bottom of defense with 81 points allowed, but okay lang kasi marami naman silang nasushoot.
Oh.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer.
But and you just love how the Huskers are actually assisting per game. And samantalang yung scoring naman sa loob ng paint, parang nagiging 14 itong Heat Waves.
This from Mac Talio there. Let's give a quick shout out to Boss Robert Kai of Boracay de la Ia. And happy birthday sa kanyang bayaw na si Paul Burabot. I-enjoy sila ng laro ngayon. Bahay ni Boss Robert. Tagal ko na hindi nakabisita doon. Travel on Vince Magbohos.
Well, good help defense on that step-through drive by Vince Magbuhos. So now it's Huskers' turn to try and defend against the Heat Waves now.
Gabo gets it to Vic Manuel. They clear it out. Hierro ready to help. Sandagon as well is ready to help. Vic Manuel loses his balance. Bagsak si Magbuhos. Sandagon on the move. Abundo has it. There's a lot of bodies flying at the moment. Fuentes to Magbuhos. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Magbuhos knocks down the jumper.
Sama, hindi mo maintindihan kung bakit walang nakabantay kay Vince Magbuhos. He's a very good perimeter shooter and he can put that ball through.
20-11, Pangasinan down again at home. Manuel to De Gregorio. Mike De Gregorio could not convert. Fuentes against Talio. Magbuhos. Pressure from Gabo. Bagsak si Fuentes. Talio right there. Magbuhos. Jumper. Tumingin pa kay Gabo eh. I think there was contact there. De Gregorio banks it in for 2.
And De Gregorio not minding the activity the other side of the floor, just stayed focused.
I cannot stay focused. There's too many things happening. Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. May bumagsak doon, may contact dito,
May nagtinginan.
may nagtinginan. And referee Alan Manzano with acting technical head Jojo Belnas discussing things here. There's an incident with Judel and Mac Talio doon.
And Martalio was saying nagfo-flop si Judel in different points of view in that last sequence.
Fuentes, drive, finish, and 1.
And cardinal mistake right there. You don't give that baseline drive free for a Judel Fuentes to drive on that right side. Look at that. Faked off, rejected that screen, able to beat De Gregorio, finish the cup.
No help there.
Yes. Solo coverage lang. He got beat.
Yun yung hinahanap ni Mike De Gregorio. Sanang help. Tagana's on the floor for the first time.
ang nagpapahirap rin para kaya hindi rin siguro nakarating yung help nila is because, you know, the spacing on the weak side is pretty good. You got shooters on the weak side and a big man that could curl up. So hindi mo rin maiwan yung weak side post.
6 points para kay Jodel Fuentes. 10-point lead for Quezon. Napoles down low to Gabo. Kick out to Manuel. Steal by Magbohos. And Vince Magbohos could not finish. Misses the layup.
They got numbers.
Gabo drives right at Sandago. Turnover. 3-on-1 break this time. Fuentes stops. Fires the 3. No good. Abundo
He's gonna take it.
will fire the 3 as well. No good. Magbuhos. Kala ko titira din.
This one's
Magbuhos will take it. In and out. Wow. Big opportunities there for Quezon. Gabo, nowhere to go.
he's never been able to puncture that defense inside of the Huskers.
Napoles to Talio. Uses the Taganas ball screen. Vic Manuel drives baseline. Sandagon is there to help. Could not connect with Taganas. And first quarter ends. What action we're seeing here from the Robert Estrella Memorial Stadium.
And whenever there's a free lane, he's gonna take it.
7 turnovers for Pangasinan. Quezon not far behind with 5 turnovers. Vic Manuel misses that baseline jumper.
And so far, Big Manuel, he hasn't gotten himself going yet in this game. Laki rin disparity sa rebound, 23 versus 8, all in favor of the Huskers.
Sarao drives. Does not get the roll. Rebound in Napoles. Hesed Gabo. Here's a switch. Napoles launches the 3. Still no good. LJ Gonzalez uses the Sandagon pick. Free throw line jumper from LJ. Won't go. Gabo gets the rebound. King Ortiz and Bonga Lanza will check in for Pangasinan in the next dead ball. Manuel, atake si Vic.
Oh, wow.
No good from the muscle man. Talio is blocked by LJ Gonzalez.
What a well-timed block by LJ. Huskers on the run.
3-on-1 break. Sandagon will finish up top. 12-point lead for Quezon.
That's your best defensive team right there. Getting a stop on one end and finishing on the other.
Hesed. Vic Manuel trying to get in position. Banal denies entry. Here comes LJ Gonzalez. Sandagon again all alone. The push shot won't go. Rebounding LJ and kahit sa bola.
Oh.
Look at the rebounding story. 25-8.
Huge difference right there.
LJ Gonzalez knocks down the 3.
You know what?
And it's all too quiet here in Rosales, Pangasinan. 28-13. The Heat Waves down big again. And the brilliance of LJ Gonzalez on display.
This is pretty much how that first half has been in that game against Nueva Ecija and Calajao. It was a quiet first half.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100%.
Last week in Ilagan, Isabela, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 16 points for LJ. 5-3-2 so far para kay LJ Gonzalez.
A solid showing so far out of the 4 minutes that he's played.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Pangasinan staring at a 15-point deficit early in the second period. And they answer here. King Gortiza is in the game. He's double teamed. Taganas to Mabulak. Good move. Mike Mabulak, no good. Taganas is blocked by Sarao. Here comes Jodel Fuentes.
Huskers pushing on every opportunity that they get. Oh, that's travel.
That's a travel.
Clearly a travel. And somehow itong heat waves very slow to get down defensively after a missed shot. So it almost feels like kailangan very efficient sila sa kanilang shooting.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
And no way Hesed Gobo is going to stop that drive by Simon Sandagon.
And they need those type of baskets in the flow of the offense, Coach Mike.
Correct. Oh, more action here. This time between Hesed Gabo and the Gab Banal. And tama ka dun eh. You get in the flow in the system, try to execute accordingly.
Assist of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. That two-man game has been there since, as far as I can remember, when they were with Nueva Ecija.
At saka maganda doon is that he was able to draw that secondary defender in Joseph Gabayni and momentarily freed up Mike Mabula, who's been pretty good at that spot. Kumbaga hindi nagmamadali, no? And try to settle down and be more intentional in your executions.
28-15. There's a slick spot on the floor that needs to be wiped off.
One of the areas of their game against Nueva Ecija that they struggled clearly was the three-point makes, and right now, dangerous pass.
LJ, the audacity to do that here. Jodel, 3, yes!
It's the fifth three-pointer connected so far by the Huskers, and they just keep moving that defense in hope of generating long closeouts.
Here's Hesed Gabo to Taganas. He launches the 3. That's short.
Wow.
LJ Gonzalez. And Jay Collado is set to check in.
Watch out for that slip by JP.
Just unrelenting. Ito si LJ Gonzalez.
Kaya hindi rin makarelax yung depensa. Ito mo yung swing over to the other side. That closeout went as far as it could, but Jodel Fuentes was able already releasing that shot.
31-15. Sarao, open 3. In and out. Rebound ni Bonga Lanza. Takbo ang Pangasinan. Hesed Gabo. Gets it to Mabulak. Back to Hesed. Collado. Hesed inside. Collado short. But there's a foul.
And you gotta make those shots inside kasi hindi ka nakakashoot sa labas eh. If you look at that two-man action earlier, LJ just kept going under because they haven't connected anything yet from 3. Good thing that good find by Hesed, but Jay Collado could not knock it down.
This free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances sa Subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Vic Manuel struggling at the moment. 0 for 4 so far. A couple of turnovers as well. Collado knocks down both free throws. 6:22 remaining in the second quarter. Quezon.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Pangasinan is hardworking and determined according to Quezon Huskers head coach Eric Gonzalez. May mga exposed sila at malalaki ang mga players nila, hindi madaling kalaban. Although they still don't have Diego Dario who is nursing a back spasm, Coach Eric emphasized, we are still a younger squad, so expect that we can play until the end using our stamina and energy. Coach Eric believes they are two very different teams, but there are things his Quezon Huskers need to commit to if they want to be the better squad tonight. Number 1 is discipline. Defend without fouling, control the boards, and limit their own turnovers. Love, Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Sid. And just some emphasis from Coach Eric on the things that they have to do to win. And, just to piggyback on that, being Quezon being the best defensive team in the league is actually, as we take a look at the Michael Mabulak stats against Nueva Ecija, double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals. Coach Eric is very detailed when it comes to defense, and lahat ng sinasabi niya sa dulo daw, number 1 best defensive team tayo. On a Manila paper, by the way. Nilalagay. Sabi ng ating kaibigan si Rain Tixon
Pero
of the Quezon Huskers social media manager.
but what you notice with Quezon is talagang intentional. It's a conscious effort to really be out there defending and making it difficult for your opponents to score again without fouling.
Yeah, but Jodel Fuentes fouled Cortiza there. Second on Jodel, fourth team foul on the Huskers.
And then you would like to think ito yung mga lessons na natutunan nila from the national finals experience last year. And you want to pick up on that and be better coming this season.
Galanza could not get past Magbohos. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gabo will lay it in.
Well, if you're gonna give that right lane for Gabo to claim, there's a good chance he's gonna make it. And so the help defense has got to come and make him pull back and decide otherwise. Oh, here's it, Gabo.
That's off his foot there. 13 seconds on the shot clock.
And this time, medyo mas maganda yung pinapakitang activity defensively nitong Heat Waves. And I'm sure Coach Jerson Cabildas would love that.
Kumagat konti ang pick ni Mike Mabulak and that put Gabo on his way to the cup. Mantagle is in the game. Magbohos gets it to LJ Gonzalez. Shot clock down to 1. LJ knocks it down.
Oh, wow.
And a three-pointer at that. 13-point lead for Quezon halfway through the second quarter. Mabulak trying to drive at Gabayni. Fouled by Gabayni, and Mabulak will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And that's one facet of LJ's game that he really would love to showcase here this season. This step-back three.
A nice arc to that three-pointer, and he got some separation there. And that step back, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for LJ Gonzalez. That's one half of our player matchup tonight. Kesed Gabo being the other player.
Naalala ko in one of the interviews with LJ, sabi niya, he really just can't wait to showcase yung yung three-point shot making niya this season. And talagang makakadagdag yun sa mga weapons nito ni LJ. He's already dangerous as he is. And you get that three, mas lalo na.
9 points now for Michael Mabulak. Matched up against Topeng Lagrama. Topeng, the step back three. Nope. Rebound ni Ian Melencio. Tagle is there to defend. Abundo to defend. Gortiza, who misses the three. Foul on Bonga Lanza. Only the second for Pangasinan.
You see that last shot? No Heat Waves offensive rebounder in sight. Right where that ball fell. And so when you look at it, parang consciously bumababa na sila sa depensa, understanding na pa-fast breakan tayo, dumipensa na lang tayo sa fast break.
Huskers up 11 in the second quarter. Pressure here from Pangasinan. Abundo gets it across. Mantagle will fire a three. Rebound. Last touch ni Jay Collado. RJ Minerva is in the game as well for Quezon.
Ibang klase ang effort na ini-extend nitong Heat Waves dito sa tinatakbong opensa ng Quezon Huskers. Long closeouts, tatapikin ng bola, kahit kuha mo na on the rebound, just making it tough for you to control that ball.
Lagrama.
Nice pass.
Has to fire, and he knocks it down. And those are the plays that, excite coaches. When you have a guy like Eman Tagle who was given a lot of confidence last week, and he delivers that three-pointer with the shot clock winding down.
Tagle, to my recall, is actually one of the better three-point. He's a 35% three-point shooter, and so they're giving him that license to take it.
Oh, Mike Mabulak.
How about that?
Komodo Dragon
1 against 4.
cannot be denied inside.
You the sheer will for Mike Mabulak, and clearly this is a different level season for Mike Mabulak.
Abundo, there's a switch. Sandagon wanted to dive to the basket, pero pinigilan. Whistle going against Ian Melencio. It's a great play here to set up Tagle, and ang ganda rin ng pasa. And what about Mike Mabulak?
1 versus 4 with the left hand too.
Tagle. Sandagon gets a running start. Nabitawan ng bola. Foul. Topeng Lagrama. He will send Melencio to the free throw line.
And I feel what makes the offense of Quezon also very dynamic is that when they catch the ball, you know, they look for a shot. If they don't, they quickly decide to put the ball on the floor and attack gaps. And once they attack that, they're gonna skip that ball, and the second guy that gets it will swing it to another guy who's more free. So you move from the primary defender all the way to the rotationary guy, which talagang late na for the most part.
1 for 2 for Ian Melencio. 10 of 14. 10 of 14 rather for Pangasinan sa free throw line so far. Maraming salamat sa LGR, the official outfit of the MPBL. Mitis ang tira ni Topeng Lagrama, Abundo. Tagle. A blitz Tagle. Sandagon the release. Abundo is wide open. Three-pointer, no good. Sandagon with a strong rebound and a putback.
Again, you move that ball side to side, you move from one side to another, generating movements on the defensive side, just creating confusion on the board.
And that's deflating because you defend so well, and a guy like Sandagon gets the offensive rebound and gets the easy two.
Oh, tsaka in the long run, yung pagod dun sa mga player that's nasa loob, especially if you're gonna go short rotation. Oh man!
Wow! That is perfect execution. Galing sa Quezon Huskers.
And really, convergence creates confusion right there. You gotta open that up to Mike.
Mabulak the double team to Napoles now. Melencio will take the jumper. No good. Mabulak grabs the offensive rebound. No! Agawan sa bola. Quezon basketball.
And Mike is tired. He wants to be subbed.
And you see the difference in the effort kung paano mag-generate ng opensa. Sa Quezon, sobrang dali with the ball movement and the man movement. And over here on the other side, they labor through just to get a basket.
Yeah, that's the right term right there. They clearly labor. Lalo na yung spots na dapat open na for a guy like Mike Mabulak to operate there, clogging it. And so once they realize, oh no, that's Mike, they gotta open that space. Pero nakareact na yung depensa.
And one more thing as well, players are fresh.
Yes, agree.
Players are fresh. The playing time is distributed well. And you see the offensive rebounding, 15-3. Second chance points, 23-2. Down goes RJ Minerva, but he's fine. But a foul on Vic Manuel.
And it's just, you know, moving a lot on your feet. Ito yan, kita mo. Try to dig in. He lost it. The effort no? Parang sila yung humahabol
Tama. 15-point lead under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. LJ Gonzalez and JP Sarao are back on the floor. Kasama si Gab Banal, Eman Tagle, and RJ Minerva. Banal inside. Minerva scores plus the foul. Just beaten to the punch. Itong Pangasinan Heatwaves.
Almost every time they draw that second defender.
Oh, got hit on the head as well by Vic Manuel. It's a shot to the head. And RJ Minerva, he can shake this off, but what will the verdict be here?
RJ's a tough cookie.
Unsportsmanlike foul.
It's
on
an
number 2.
unsportsmanlike
Vic
foul.
Manuel is second.
Okay, the bonus for RJ and ball possession to Quezon. Minute and 37 remaining.
This brings me back to that game last week of the Heat Waves. I would not be surprised if they come in the second half. They start pounding that ball on the low block with Mike Mabulak, Vic Manuel, and Joray Napoles on the floor at the
We'll
same
see,
time.
Coach, because
Yeah.
kita naman ng Quezon yan, no? Last week kung anong ginawa nila.
Yep.
5 seconds to shoot. Banal to LJ Gonzalez, the baseline jumper. That won't go. Sarao wins the rebounding battle against 3 black shirts. But he ran out of real estate.
And clearly the Huskers are playing a lot on their feet, moving from one space to another, chasing every space that's available, trying to grab 50-50 ball, rebound. Just the effort.
And Jason Opiso, hero of last year's South Division Finals, comes in with a minute remaining in the second period. Ganyan kalalim ngayon ang bench ng Quezon Huskers. Robin drives baseline. Robin just threw it up. Gabanal for 3. That won't go. Napoles. Oh, look at LJ Gonzalez trying to break it up. He gives up the foul. He will send Napoles to the line.
Boy, these Huskers are clearly stuck to that #1 defensive theme mindset.
Well, right now, they are challenging the call as well on LJ Gonzalez. Ibang klase ang pinapakita ng Quezon Huskers on the road against Pangasinan.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Oh, successful challenge. The referees, Sev Pingol, Alan Manzano, Maynard Centeno, able to decide quickly. Steal pa sana.
Oh, yung ball tap from behind. Wow.
43-26 is the count. Ball with Pangasinan. Here's Robin. Fouled by Opiso.
And you could almost hear Coach Richie on one end pointing to Ralph Robin.
You know why? Because it's so quiet here.
Didinig mo?
I can even hear myself. It's so quiet.
Oh my God.
Ganyan na lumilitaw yung boses ni Coach Richie kasi nga tahimik dito.
Oh.
Robin nails the first free throw. Jodel Fuentes will check in. And 11 of 15 from the line ng Heatwaves. Make that 11 of 16. Hierro grabs the rebound. Both teams already in penalty. Tamsi against Napoles. Opiso will fire.
No.
Everything going in para dito sa Quezon Huskers. That's it. Their 8th three-pointer of the first half.
Very similar action earlier with that Antagle 3.
Galanza could not convert. LJ is away. LJ!
Ooh.
Whoa! What a finish! But he's down.
LJ is down.
Holding on to his wrist. Now goes back for defense, and Robin makes the basket. he could have a case for a foul there. Dun sa drive na yun. This is the Gixxer great move of the game, born for greatness. You talk about greatness, you talk about the right guy here. LJ Gonzalez, what a finish. Wonderful. LJ Gonzalez, this first half has been outstanding. 10 points para sa kanya.
And he got clipped on that other leg.
Oo. Hindi man ng contact dito sa may kamay, pero
sa baba.
Sa baba may contact, but nevertheless 19 points ang lamang ng Quezon.
Mahirap kasi doon pag airborne ka na. Ganun talaga ang mangyayari.
And they're checking on LJ Gonzalez at the moment. We'll probably learn more at halftime. Coach Gerson Cabilte is there in the background. Looking down on the floor, looking for answers. As Quezon has gone on a first half onslaught here. 5 seconds remaining. Topeng Lagrama in trouble. Turns the ball over.
Oh.
Double dribble on Bonga Lanza. And they may have time on the clock.
They got 0.8 or more.
More.
They're gonna look at this.
0.8 na lang ang natitira dito. Okay. Quezon had 2 more turnovers. Fuentes misses the 3. And that's the first half. Big first half for the Quezon Huskers. They not only hold Pangasinan to just 29 points, they also poured it on the offensive end. 48 para sa Quezon, 10 coming from LJ Gonzalez. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc and 2 wonderful finishes on the break. And as we head into halftime, 48 ng Quezon, Pangasinan 29. We'll be right back.